Oh, let's go. Keep this in.
Am I doing anything?
I think you should keep this in. No, go for it, Joey.
All
3,
right.
2.
I've already done that.
Yeah. He's off to a rough start. Stop stretching. You're telling a
What's so
story.
much clicking going on?
You got arthritis.
Okay.
So as you guys know, why are you laughing?
Just like that. The movie magic. You just break it straight into character.
Go again.
3, 2, 1. You don't need to clap again. With claps
No, I'm
twice.
doing one of these things.
It's becoming applause.
Yeah.
Final take.
Can this go in the start of the episode?
I think this should just go on the main.
G'day and welcome to the MacPack podcast.
We're back.
My name's Jamie Clear and to my left this week in order of the man on the panel with the most tattoos. It's my little brother Joe. How are you, Joe boy?
Yes, Jake, I have the most tattoos, but no longer am I the brother with the only tattoo.
And to my right, coming in at 601 as it does each and every week, it's the baby brother of the pack who we call Junior Boy. Junior Boy, how are you, mate?
I'm good. Is it me or Jake that has the new tattoo? Let's find out soon.
It's me. Spoilers. Spoilers early. I got.
That was quick.
I got ink.
You got inked up.
I got ink. We'll chat about that off the top. Plus, you've got a story, which will be good. Congratulations.
Good work.
94 episodes.
Let's freaking go.
You're bringing one to the table. You're also bringing an everyday hero to the table, which is quite a turn up for the books in itself.
It's a scary moment.
It's going to be a great hero, and if you don't hear it, it's going to get cut out.
It's a massive episode of the MacPack podcast. So let's get it. Boys,
Brother Bingo.
How are we all? Are we all well?
I'm good, mate, and I didn't suffer any pain from a needle this week, but apparently you did.
Yeah. Not really.
No, he was surprisingly well under the needle.
Under the knife.
Yeah, no, it was good. I got a little tattoo. We spoke about it probably 10 weeks ago on the MacPack podcast.
And it
Yes.
finally happened.
That I was going to get a tattoo.
That's a full circle story,
I can't
boys.
remember why it didn't happen originally.
Just laziness.
I think
Pure laziness.
The start, you weren't sure about
Tends to be the way.
exactly what you wanted, whether you were getting it coloured in or not, and then
Yep.
It's the exact same as what you wanted.
Yeah, I
You
think
didn't get it coloured though.
Nah,
Are you gonna?
no, I don't think so.
Drop what it is, Jake. For those who
It's-
can't remember.
We'll put it up on the screen. It's the little animated Mr. Bean.
no, we won't. Yeah, I'll put it up. It'll be
It's
right
the little
there.
animated Mr. Bean from the animated TV show.
Great show.
Yeah, Rowan Atkinson, big fan of Rowan's.
Fuck yeah. Who isn't?
And that's basically all there is to tell. I got it. It didn't really hurt.
I'm surprised it didn't hurt.
I never thought about the pain like at all in the lead up until Mum flicked me a message and went, "This is apparently where it hurts the most, like getting it on your ankle."
Yeah, you'd
And
think scrot would be up
Yeah,
there.
well, that's what I said. I reckon if you got it on your big old, what do you call it?
Your barrel.
On the barrel. I think a barrel tat might sting a little bit
Yeah, I
more.
reckon it
well,
would.
I
I
ca-
wonder how many people have gotten one done.
Send in your barrel tats if you've got a barrel tat.
You know, I'm gonna retell a joke that Dad told earlier in the week that I thought was absolutely
Oh yeah,
zinging.
this is a good one.
So this is a story about a joke, which never tend to go well, but I'm gonna do my best at it, right? So we were sitting on the couch right after Jake got his tattoo on Saturday Arvo.
Yep,
The whole family was over watching the footy,
we were.
and then we were talking about the tattoo. We were just waxing, making jokes about it, and then I was like, "Did you end up getting MacPack on your barrel?" Which we talked about in the segment 10 weeks ago, and Dad said he could only get Mac. Which is a bit of a
Classic comedy.
Which is a bit of a thinker for all you at home. But yeah,
Yeah.
once you get it, you get it. You get it good.
But no, it was good. It didn't hurt at all, really. The colouring in gave a bit of a tickle.
Yeah, because
But barring that, it was fine.
the one I got on the back of my arm hurt like a real bitch.
Whoa.
But yeah, like it can be a bit
Chill.
overhyped, the pain of it.
Yeah, everyone was talking about how much it hurt. I reckon, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Go in. If you're not getting a tattoo out of fear of the pain, go up there.
You know what, boys?
Go
I
up
had
there and
something
get
that
in there.
hurt me quite deep during the week as well.
Yep.
Not to do with tattoos though. So me and my mates, we tend to go to the gym, late night sessions.
Mhm.
Lovely.
And this time it was me, myself, Big Ed, Cade, and Kobe. Iconic four, just a couple of gym rats. And we finished up at Good Life Fitness, Coburn, and then we headed to the saunas.
You go to the saunas.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
saunas there.
How many?
Very
How
nice.
many young lads are heading to the saunas?
Oh, it was just us four.
Okay.
How big are they?
The awesome
This one?
foursome.
Like, is it like
enough.
How many
You probably
people could fit in there?
Oh, 10, but it would be like shoulder to shoulder,
Yeah.
cheek to cheek.
You get a bit stuffy in there
If you
with 10.
will. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, it was good fun. But then afterwards, we were like, boys, I'm hungry. Let's go cop a feed. And there's a McDonald's just right down the road, so we decided let's go to Mickey D's.
Counterintuitive to go to the gym and then go to Macca's.
Funny story.
Riley's been getting his calories up.
Funny
He's trying to bulk up.
Funny story. Yeah, Maccas, like you wouldn't believe it, but actually, like the burgers there actually got a fair bit of protein in them.
Yeah.
I was actually funny
less
story.
than a steak.
I was counting my this kind of I'll tell you at the end of the segment about this whole the more on that, right? So we went in and they close up at 12. Usually all of them are 24 hours and you can still walk in at like 3 a.m.
Yep.
But this one in Coburn, no one can walk in or out
It's just a drive
after 12
Yeah, okay.
because it's a bit of a rougher demographic down there. So really try to kick people out. They actually got
Shout out to the team down in Coburn.
they have a security guard.
including myself.
Really?
who lives there.
They have a security
Yeah,
guard
dodgy.
at Maccas.
Right.
Yeah, like that ushers us out.
See,
regularly.
my thing is, I don't reckon they'd be putting a security guard in a place unless something had happened previously. Like,
Yeah.
what is the incident where they go, "Ooh,
We're going to need a security guard
Yeah.
from now
Exactly
on.
right. Yeah, and so we walk in and then we decided to order our meals. But I was like, I like to be savvy with our fast food. I like to get the deals, see if there's any deals going on the apps, and if not, I'll suss myself my own deal. Get hamburgers instead of cheeseburgers, which are like $1.50.
we're very similar."
And
in
then you
that
bring
way.
your own craft single that you've had in your pocket all
pocket
week.
cheese, baby, pocket cheese.
Exactly. So today I decided, right, I will get 2 hamburgers and then
Yeah.
I'll get a small, what do you call the kids meals? The Happy Meals.
Happy
Yeah.
Meal.
Then I'll get a small 3-piece nugget Happy Meal with a drink and a toy. Suit my needs. $9. Perfect.
That's
And I'm
pretty
getting probably more than all my mates. I'm
Good
getting
toy.
a Big Mac basically, and I'm getting nuggets, small chips, good toy, and I'm getting freaking chippies and nuggies and a drink, right? And so I'm living life, right? I go through to order it, and I click it, and it takes a while to go through, but it does go through eventually. Eventually it goes through after a few attempts. But then we were sitting there waiting for our order, and then this time it was like 11:55, and the security guard kept coming up to us and like, boys, how long are you guys ordered it, or what's going on? You can't need to get out now. And then some of the workers were even coming out and saying boys, come on, move on. And we're like, yeah, we're just waiting for our order, man.
So you're waiting for food to come.
yeah. And then all 3 of my mates who got their food,
Where do they
right?
expect you to wait?
I don't know. They just thought we were just loitering.
Okay.
And but then all 3 of my mates got their food, and I had the smallest order, but they all had Big Mac meals, quarter pounder meals. You'd think that they would take longer to cook than the little hamburgers and cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then so I'm taking a while, and then eventually mine comes, and I'm like, finally. And I've got also my sauces are Big Mac sauce, and I got a garlic aioli.
Mm-hmm.
So not many people order those 2 sauces with this kind of meal. It's a unique meal. I've never seen someone order a meal like this before.
Not a grown person. No.
So then we're waiting, and then I finally get my meal, right? And then we kind of just stand there for a bit, and my mate's waiting for a frozen Coke, and I'm waiting for my cup of OJ.
What is this? What is this?
Right? So it's a weird order, and I'm waiting for it, and then finally, probably 10 minutes go by. It's past 12 now. They come over, and they're like, right, here you go, here are your drinks. And I'm like, yeah. That's my mate's frozen Coke. That's also his. And then we finally got it. And then we started walking out, and I was like, finally. And then I hear them yelling in the background, and can I get a Big Mac sauce and a garlic aioli again? And I was like, oh, someone's twinning with me in the drive-thru, clearly, because we're the only ones in here. And then my mates walk out the door, and then I'm like, wait a minute. I remember the app was having some issues before. Remember how it wasn't going through?
Yes.
And then I turned around, and I was like, looked at the board, and I was like, oh, I've accidentally clicked it twice. I'm like, oh fuck! I've got two Big Mac meals. I mean, two Happy Meals and 2 cheeseburgers. I've gone doubles, right? And then we waited a little bit longer, and eventually they serve it up again. And then the guy's like, "Here you go. Here's your same meal again." You
Is that what he
fucking
said?
freak. No, but he was thinking it. He was like, "Here's your weird meal again, you weirdo." Here you go.
Surely you
So
go.
you just took 2.
Yeah, right. And then I started walking out.
There you go.
And they go, can I get another Big Mac sauce and the garlic aioli? And I'm like, wait a minute, no. And I fucking checked my bank account, and I've spent 30 fucking, what's 9 times 3?
27.
Yeah, I've spent $30 on a fucking McDonald's. I was trying to be fucking savvy with my cash.
Surely you got a
And I've
refund.
shouted
Why
at-
did you boys, don't worry
Well,
about it.
They were already handing me the food at this point. I couldn't refund it. I've already got it, And then they were kind of, well, the Maccas people were laughing a bit as well because I was just shouting the boys, we had a fucking feast. And that's why I had 2 hamburgers in the fridge.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were in there for ages.
But it was also kind of a perk because, as Joe mentioned earlier as well, I'm trying to count my calories, trying to get up to a few more thousand calories than the average human. And
tick.
and get like more protein. I was only at half of my protein requirements for the day, right?
Yep.
And I was like, fuck, like, this is a bit of a failed day. I don't have enough calories. I'm like 1,000 off my calories. I'm like halfway through my protein. I'm not doing good today. This is an L. After a good gym session, I was like, this is a bit of a waste. But then we knock off these. I put them in my phone as we get home, and I'm surpassed it all, baby. I'm living life, and I'm like,
Supersize me.
a little blessing in disguise. $30 later, but I'm proteined up. So you live in your life.
I'm sure there's way cheaper and more healthy ways to be
that-
getting your protein intake than ordering
Without destroying your
7
cholesterol.
kids meals.
Which is-
So is this your go-to
and
order
9
now?
litres of OJ.
it's not my go-to order.
I've
got a bit of
6
PTSD.
hamburgers and 3 Happy Meals.
Got a bit of PTSD from it because
It's a lot of meat.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of Maccas. Yeah, I got the shits when I got home as well.
So, as you boys know, last Monday night was our usual record night.
Yep.
We didn't record.
We didn't.
We got bumped. The potty got bumped.
Totally got
And it got bumped for 2 classic films that I went to see. The Shining and
Yep.
2001 A Space Odyssey.
Holy shit.
Yep.
It was down at Luna Leaderville, which...
Is this an ad?
What's happening? And I've got it again next week. I'm signing fucking MacPack, man.
I'm setting the scene.
Okay.
I'm setting the scene.
Yeah.
So we went to see it down at Luna Leaderville. You guys ever been?
Nah.
No.
The lovely...
Trying to get me to go.
lovely cinema in Leaderville. And Leaderville's also got numerous restaurants you can go to get food, right?
It's just an experience.
Anyway, so the
You're
movie was
promoting
at 6:30,
Yep.
and so not super late. So
I'm familiar with the time.
when me and Kira were going, like, all right, we go somewhere quick just to grab a quick bite, and then we can watch the movies.
A bite to schmeat.
So we went to GYG.
another
Yeah.
question.
Guzman.
Guzman, why Gomez? Guzman, why Gomi? Not exactly sure how you meant to enunciate it, but that's where we were. And so Kira had never been to GYG. I've been a couple times. But it's like probably not my highest on the Mexican.
Okay,
Food
rank
tier?
them. Rank them real quick.
So, okay, yeah. I'm glad you asked. So my top one, I'll do it in reverse order.
Just do it quickly.
GYG, Salsas, Zambrero, Mad Mex. Mad Mex number 1 for me.
Okay.
I love that stuff. Anyway, so we're going to GYG.
Cha-ching.
So,
just cash.
dropping fucking-
Just cash
Dropping
everywhere.
companies, suburbs,
Yeah.
cinemas. The story keeps going.
yeah, so we're at GYG. Kira's never been. I have been a couple times. I know how it works. Anyway, we're sitting down. What's happening? We're sitting down, right? Okay. We'll just have a quick dinner and then we'll head over to the movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
While we're sitting there, I think we're sitting down. We're waiting
Unique
for
idea.
sitting down. Yeah, unique idea. You would think.
Not really.
We're sitting
dinner
down
in a
there.
movie.
We're sitting down there, right? And then Kira sees a bunch of people that she like knew at uni, but
Okay.
isn't mates with anymore.
Acquaintances.
She's like, oh, like I had a pretty pretty rough day at work. It was a bit tired. Like, oh, I don't want to fucking talk to these people, right? So
Yeah.
we're sort of like we're in the booth, sort of laying low. They're over there, hoping they don't see us, right? So we're laying low,
Yep.
and then I notice, corner of my eye, a good friend of mine from primary school and high school.
Name?
shit.
We dropping
So-
names?
Yeah, I'll drop his name. So I thought it was my friend Michael Pereira,
Okay.
who we were big shout. He's a day one. We were best friends in kindy.
Yep.
And then sort of drifted away in pre-primary and year 1. People change. What can I say?
Pereira went demon mode.
Pereira went demon mode. Yeah, so we were still like mates, but not. The bond we had when we were 4. I mean, I'll remember it for a lifetime, but we didn't rekindle that same spark. So I
Okay.
haven't spoken to him.
Well, since then.
No, I think the last time I messaged him was in 2017.
Okay.
And I think I'd maybe seen him like once or twice, sort of since then at like a party or something.
What'd you message me about?
Well, actually,
what did happen in 2003?
No, this is 2017.
Yeah. I
Oh,
understand.
yeah. What happened between us? Whose turn was it to play with the car? We'll never get to the bottom of it. Anyway, so I see him over there, corner of my eye, and I'm like, oh, that's. I'm pretty sure that's him. And I was like trying to, like when you see someone you think you're like, I'm gonna like look at them,
Yeah.
and then they'll look at me,
Yeah.
and then we'll give a bit of a hey, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping for. A little hi. But that didn't happen. He didn't look at me while I was staring at him.
Michael! Michael!
So then I was like, anyway, then the food comes and stuff, and me and Kira talking. I'm still like looking at this guy with the corner of my eye, and I was like,
You're obsessed.
I'm pretty sure that's him.
Yeah.
And I think he must have seen me because I've been sitting there, this whole time. And I'm looking at him, but I'm still like not 100% sure because it's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen him, like 5 years.
Yeah.
But then I heard his voice,
Yeah.
and I was like, man, that's him. That's fucking him. He's got a distinct voice that I remember.
That's P.
And I was like, yeah, that's got to be him, right? And he was sitting right next to the bin.
Okay.
So we finished our food, and
He
then
jumps in it to hide from you.
we finished our food, right? And then I walk over to, a bit of a
bin.
good, so I put it in the bin.
Okay, yeah.
I don't like to leave it at the table. I'll take it. If there's a bin, I'll take it to the bin.
Yeah. Gotta be-
So I go walk to the bin, right? Put the food in, and I was thinking, okay, while I'm walking over, he might be like, "Hey, Joe."
Joey!
Yeah.
But he was like, I think he was like showing his mate. He was at dinner with the mate. He was like showing his mate something on his phone.
I
so-
bet he was. I bet he was.
I put the stuff into the bin, and I was also thinking before, I was like, I should go up to him, say hi. And then
Yeah.
I was like, I don't really want to. Like, it make me feel a bit uncomfortable. I hate it when you're like, even like when you know someone
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you're like sort of know. And
Yeah, it's an awkward one because you should say hi, but then there's really not much more other than
say.
hi. You just hi, and then you don't want a conversation to kick off because you don't know each other well enough to actually have
yeah.
a single common interest.
Yeah.
I like the handshake. If you can get them as you're walking past, just give them a quick handshake. Oh, g'day, mate. Yeah.
What do you do if it's a
And just
female?
keep going. I usually don't even look at them in the
I
eye.
I get clammy.
Run away. Oh, that's
Yeah, but there are people who like kind of know like through friends of friends. You maybe you've been to a couple parties together or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I want to say hi, but I don't want them to be like, who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my big fears. But I was like, you know what? I'm at GYG. I'm about to see 2 of my favorite movies.
I'm fearless.
I'm feeling myself.
I can do this. It's not going to ruin the night.
I can say hi to someone. I can definitely say hi to someone that I know.
To my old friend.
This is a man
Anyway.
who's caught up in his brain way too much.
So,
I can say hi to a friend. I can easily do that. That's achievable.
I pick up my rubbish like a good Samaritan,
Yeah.
walk over to the bin,
Yeah.
put it in the bin. At this point, I'm about 30 centimeters away from my dear friend.
MP
And I
himself.
say,
Want me to put that in the bin?
his name's Michael, right? And I say, hey, Michael. And
That's a bad opener.
he doesn't say anything. And then I go,
He didn't even.
and is this yeah. Like so they're sitting
You're either talking to him or the bin.
so basically so it's him, he's sitting there, his friend is sitting there, I'm essentially standing next to the guy. I'm like in between them, I'm like standing where the table is.
Yeah.
They're like looking on the phone,
Now you're in a sticky situation. 'cause
and
you
I
have
go,
to
hey
double
Michael.
down.
And then I go,
or leave.
I'm like, Michael. And then you're like, again, nothing. And I said it quite loud. Michael. And then,
You don't even need to do it. When you're that far, like, volume doesn't even matter when you're that close to each other.
yeah. So then I'm a bit panicked at this point.
You knock him out.
Are you
So
100% sure it's him at this point or not? Having
I'm
doubts.
less sure than I was. So then I turn. I'm like, oh,
Walk
fuck it.
away.
I'm gonna walk off. So I turn.
Didn't his friends look at you?
No. I turn.
Did anyone know that you'd said anything in the whole
Was Kira
place?
next to you?
Yeah, I was thinking. I turn
Yeah,
around.
that's
I look at
embarrassing.
Kira. Just going, oh, this is a bit awkward.
She can hear it.
Yeah,
But he
she's
can't.
standing like that.
So
And
she
then I
can-
think, and then I'm about to walk off, and I was like, you know what? I'm in this far. So I tap him on the arm. I tap
You
him.
insult him.
I tap him. I'm like, hey, Michael. And he looks up and he goes, I'm not Michael.
All right, boys. This week we asked the people of Australia and
Yes.
the wider population.
Hell yeah.
Getting a lot of international listeners now, which
It's fun.
I don't know. I don't know how they're keeping up. Some of the references we make are very
This one's pretty universal, though.
specific. Remember when we talked about chicken treat and some cheeky from Melbourne was like, "What the fuck is chicken treat?"
From Melbourne.
Yeah, they don't have chicken treat outside
Shit.
WA.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
But this week we asked them
Then we asked them about chainmail.
chainmail.
Do you remember chainmail, John?
I do remember chainmail.
What's chainmail?
Chainmail is essentially, so I think it originated with emails or maybe even letters going back before my day.
Holy shit.
But essentially, it's some sort of a story
Yep.
which will end with basically a threat.
Yep.
Where if you
It
do not,
usually starts with the threat because you got to keep them.
yeah, you got to hook them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to hook them early.
Yeah.
So it starts with a threat and it ends with a scary story. And if you don't send it on, so you don't follow on the chain, you'll die a horrible death, essentially.
Yeah, more or less.
For example, do not stop reading this chainmail or something bad will happen. One day, a girl named Sarah was walking home from school with her when her boyfriend drove by. He honked his car and told her to get in his car. Her boyfriend said he was going to tell her something very important, and he drove her out to the lake.
And that's just the start. Like, it gets scarier.
Goes on.
It gets way scarier.
And
than
they,
the
yeah,
start.
and they're basically just like, you have to send this to X amount of people, or else this will happen to you or a loved one.
It was really big when I was in like primary school,
Yeah.
I reckon, which is a little while ago now. And we used to get some. Everyone would send them like,
Oh, yeah.
and there was no blind CC. It was just like all these email addresses.
Yeah, my Hotmail account was full of
Do you
death
remember? It used
threats.
to be, but this is before you wouldn't have even done like email as a way of contacting.
No, my
people.
chainmail came through Instagram and Snapchat.
Yes.
That was my era.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
an
I used to
evolution,
have-
I guess.
Yeah, me and my friends did used to email each other.
Yeah, same. Me and my mates would as well, but it would be like an instant message
Yeah, you just type in the subject.
of an email, like what's going on.
Really?
And like sometimes chats would break out because you'd have. I remember being invited to. I'm not going to name any of these people's names. There's people who they just used to invite you to their house via like email, and it's just like, yeah, Marco wants you to come around on
Nice.
Saturdays. So Marco's just like, oh hey Jake, would you like to come to my house? This is my full address, and this is the time I'd like you there.
Yeah.
And Marco, without being rude to Marco's 6. So chances of him just launching a typo and sending his home address to a
anyone.
completely wrong Jake McKenna.
Yeah.
High, very high, very fucking high. Yeah, my parents aren't going to be home, so you can come over between these and this time. See you then. That's how the chainmail started. Poor
Facts.
Marco.
Yeah, but not gonna lie, those
Rip marker.
those
Oh, boy.
those chainmail, the scary stories,
They get you on edge.
they got to me.
Yeah.
I was
Like, genuinely?
so, yeah. When I was little and still. I used to get quite, especially the ones where it would be like, you'd be scrolling and you're reading the story about how this person got, killed in some
Mutated
girl
way.
got killed or something and then thrown in a ditch or whatever. And then it's like, send this on to 10 people or you'll see, and then you scroll and there's like a creepy face in the
Yeah.
email.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You'll see this face appear at your bed.
Yeah.
That'll ruin your month. Yeah.
Bro, who makes that shit? Like, which
What-
sick
who's-
fuck?
Who's getting anything out of that?
Like, it's so passive as well. It's not like an instant reward. It's just knowing deep in the back of your mind, I'm fucking with all these kids.
I don't, is
Well,
it
maybe that's not a good way to word it.
Marco. But more or less with I remember our parents used to get a different version of like chainmail.
Yeah,
And it was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
here's. Do you remember that it was basically what an Instagram feed is now? Do you remember you'd scroll through it and it was just like
Yes.
photo. It's like dogs caught sneezing or something like that. And it was
Yes.
just like 70 photos of dogs sneezing. And you'd get down to the very end, and it's
Like-
just like, send this to all your mates who also like dogs and or sneezing,
Yeah.
and then you just kick that down the
so
the way.
before, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
a bit more optimistic.
So Riley, I don't know if you would know much about what the internet used to be like, but essentially before it was just random websites. There wasn't like Facebook, like Instagram, like there weren't
now there's
conglomerate
hubs. Now there's
sites.
hubs that like
She was
people
just-
hang out on.
She was just on the internet. So if you saw something funny, you would tag them in it on Facebook. You would send them
the link.
Yeah, that.
a
And
HTML
essentially-
link.
Essentially, what this is, instead of people DMing memes to each other, they would just email a chain.
Yeah. Here's the best I found in 2007. Catch that. And then people would just
Bang.
send them around. Mum's email, like, you'd just be sitting there trying to do your homework on the computer. Mum's like, oh, look how I just got to do my emails. The next thing you know, you sat there just watching, like, an
Dank
array of
memes.
weird slides.
Yeah,
like,
dank me.
like the weirdest slideshow of all time.
Damn.
And we also used to have on our home computer.
Do you remember they used to send videos around? Like, there'd just be funny videos that were on YouTube. But they weren't the links to YouTube. People would download the videos and then just send them. And
Yeah, well, YouTube is like that came really like a thing when we were still kids.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying?
We used to have on our desktop computer for a while. We had like you get an email and a little man would appear on the side and he'd go, "You've got mail."
Oh,
like
yeah,
he was a
that's
little
right.
butler.
I don't
Yeah.
remember that. That
Yeah,
was
you
a-
wouldn't. I don't think that was your generation.
Yeah, shit. I remember though when I was getting chain mail, like later on in life, 2013, on Instagram, it was really blurry screenshots of stuff, and sometimes the sides would
Super
be cropped out.
compressed.
But I think the reason that they were like really old screenshots cropped out, like miscropped, just like shitty, they're probably coming from email sent from
Way
years
back.
and
Yeah,
years
they've been
ago.
through thousands of people.
Yeah, and it's like crazy the mass amount of people that you can get. And the worst part was like you hate the people that sent it to you because you're like, fuck, he's ruined. Like, now I have to go through this as well. Like,
Yeah.
you brought me along on the ride.
And it was always send it to like 15 of your friends.
Well,
You
I
had to
think-
work out which 15. And like you'd sit there and count the 15 because you're like, fuck, if I do 14, that face might appear. If I do 16, two of them might appear. You don't
Yeah,
know.
You never know.
The big one for me was, I've just immediately lost my train of thought. That was good.
I guess so. You know how we were saying, why do people make them? And I think that's the thing. Is like, if you know, okay, if I send this to 10 people, tomorrow 100 people will have this,
Yeah.
and then the next
It's
1,000.
TikTok. It's basically just TikTok.
Yeah,
People do it so they're like, oh yeah, like this is, you know, it's
Do you remember you
getting
used to have to
reach.
put your name? There was a few that you had to like. It was like, we're gonna send this fucking thing around the world, and it was like, whoa, fucking oath we are. And it was like, right in your name, like Jake McKenna.
yeah, I
like,
do remember these.
Just
Yeah.
just hit tab for
And
the
you can
next.
just keep scrolling.
Yeah, so now I'm number like 12,788.
Yeah.
But then someone else would send me that email an hour later, and I'm like,
Already on there.
no, I'm not. What happened? It's a different version.
Oh,
it
because
goes
it's going
to-
around, yeah. And that's just some guy sitting there collecting everyone's personal information.
Holy shit. But there's even like chainmail these days. There's kind of a positive spin on it on TikTok these days.
Yeah, now it's very
Yeah.
optimistic, very hopeful, isn't it? I think it's the age in which we live in.
You see a lot of things on TikTok that are like, oh, good things are coming to your life. Follow, like, and share this post to, you know, obtain this greatness.
Yeah.
Yeah, manifesting.
Yeah, yeah.
But another thing I think about TikTok in particular is one, there are obviously a lot of kids on it now who probably weren't around for the old like chain. Because even when we were young, I remember chain mails of like, oh, if you ignore this email, like your crush will never like you and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
stuff
I'm
like that.
not willing to
I
take that
ignored
risk.
one too many. That's what I found out over the
Oh.
journey.
But I think also with TikTok in particular is like they'll, you know, like sometimes you get a TikTok and it'll be like, oh, like you like suits and your favorite food is peanut butter or like something like that, and then like they'll just say like a bunch of random things.
Yeah.
But because of the way the algorithm works,
You're of course
is
gonna
you're
see
in that group. That's why you're seeing it.
Yeah.
So I think with TikTok, a lot of people get like, oh yeah, like I'm going through this thing and I'm seeing this video about this thing, so
Yeah.
it must be like
Yeah,
fake
that would make
or
sense.
whatever.
I'm getting a lot of like, you like thick black leather, you like gimp suits, you like it's crazy, but it's accurate.
It
It's
is.
accurate. All right, boys, going for a bit of a trundle around the streets lately. I'm trying to run more. I haven't run properly since probably my latest knee injury.
Oh, you back into running? That surprises me. How long you been?
I hate running,
How long you been doing this?
but I've been doing it. It's only been a week that I've been doing it like near on every day.
Every day?
I'm trying to do it every day. Yeah, I haven't done it. I mean, I didn't do it over the weekend, but I'm trying to.
Yeah, weekends don't.
And I'm not doing. Didn't do it Friday because
So
that's
for-
sort of the weekend.
Yeah, Monday's like.
and
yeah.
we record on Mondays. So I
And we
haven't
had
done
a
it.
late night last night. Yeah.
We did,
So-
and I got the tattoo on Saturday, so I can't run with
Yeah.
the tattoo.
No, she didn't say that.
I got the weight of the world down there. So
Hub day, you wouldn't want to be doing it.
tomorrow I get home from work quite
And
late.
Tuesday is his Sabbath day.
So I will.
Well, Tuesday's editing day for you.
Yeah. Look, I might go for a run. That's basically. I'm gonna try and.
That's what it all boils down to.
I'm gonna try and run once.
You're being an adult is.
I will. Tomorrow I'll run. I'll bloody.
Put a thing on the. Oh wait, no, it won't make any sense. You put on the story.
I will. No, we'll forward do it. That'll be funny. I'll do it. I'll do video of me running and go. This will all make sense.
Okay.
On Friday.
On Friday.
That's good.
We'll start the segment with, as you've been seeing the past 4 days, I've been running.
Yeah, well, that's a big commitment.
Yeah. So you might have seen Jake's been running on his story.
If he hasn't, also don't be too surprised.
And if you're listening in the future, what we'll do is we'll do one of those. You know how you can do the little thing where you like package your stories up and you have it as a little photo on the top? Yeah, you can do that.
It'll be in one of them.
Yeah, so there'll be one video on there, and if you're watching this 5 years' time, Jake went for a run.
What I was going to say. I ran more than once because I knew my way around the town. I'm trying to sort of I'm obviously moved out of home. I'm hanging out at the locals.
Yes.
In
the local park.
In that sense, I don't know anyone. I met my neighbour the other day, introduced myself. That was a big moment.
Male or female?
Met my female.
Yes. Let's freaking go.
Female neighbour. There's no need for that. I don't know what her husband would think of that.
Oh,
you guys should have your street would be good for a
This
block
is
party.
not
Actually,
good.
It's true. It'd be good
It
for an
would.
affair.
Yeah.
Anyway,
everybody does need good neighbors.
Jake's a good neighbor.
Yeah. How are your neighbors?
No, Jake's a bad neighbor.
Oh yeah. Starring Dave Franco.
Yeah, let's go.
I'll tell you a story about my male neighbour on the other side in a couple of weeks because we're doing run chat. So I'm running.
Yes.
I ran one day and there's this man who was running back towards me, like we were crossing paths.
Oh yeah.
He looked like he knew what he was doing. Like he looked like he's done this.
One
like
foot in front of the
like
other.
this was day one for me, but this looked like it was at least day 3 for him. He
Yeah.
knew how to do it. He
Yeah.
knew how to
Yeah.
run. Which was
When you run,
Here we go.
do you?
We didn't
So I
get
like to
far.
listen to music when I run.
Yeah, shut up,
I like
Jake.
to listen to music when I run.
Cool.
It's kind of annoying though, because like, not to brag, but I have an iPhone 13, which is quite big,
Yeah.
and also, it seems like you got to hold it and run,
Correct.
Yeah.
which like,
Sucks.
yeah, it doesn't have the same feel to it.
Yeah, where are you? Where's the position of
Yeah,
the
what do you do
mobile?
when you run?
I'm holding my phone.
Yeah.
You should get an iPod Nano.
Yeah, I want to get one of those. You know how you get the? Do they used to even make the shuffle anymore? You like, clip it to your shirt.
But mine's got like how far I run. It's got like a map. It maps how far I run and how
What
quick.
you gotta do is, maybe the watch. Maybe the watch is the go.
Oh shit!
I'm running, and this bloke's running back past me, and I've
Yep.
just looked at him. And with most people, you just go, "Oh, g'day, how you going? Hey, how you going?" Like, as you're running past.
Yep.
This guy was running, and he looked at me, and I was at least like, at the bare minimum, you want like a smile or like a hey or something.
Yeah, acknowledgement.
And I'm just running, and we're getting closer and closer and closer. And I'm like, now I'm just like staring at him. I feel a bit like you in the shop, just staring at this bloke as he's running towards me, waiting for him to just look up and just give me a bit of like, g'day.
Yep.
And he looked at me, and I was like, oh, here we go. And then he
On
just kept
here.
staring at me as he ran past and just continued to run. And I was like, oh, that was fucking weird.
That was weird.
But we continued to run. I ran the next day, and we crossed it near on the same point again. And I was like, oh my God, this guy's back. And we're running past each other again.
Was it roughly the same time as well?
Yeah.
Is
We
this
must
a
be on.
Truman Show conspiracy?
We must be on like, yeah, it's like he didn't have a personality or a soul. It was weird. I ran past again, and this time I'm like, but now there's a level of familiarity about what we're doing because we've we did this 24 hours ago. I ran past again, and I'm looking at him a little bit more nervously this time. And he's run past me, and again, look at his eyes. He looked at mine and just head straight back down and just kept running.
Oh.
This man's like 40, 50 years old. And just no sense of
friendliness.
whatsoever. Everyone else on the run, just, oh, hello. They got dogs. I'd like punt the dog out the way and keep running. They're all fine with that. This guy doesn't.
Nothing.
It's like he doesn't respect me as a runner. It's like he's gone, I've seen you once. No smile. Seen you twice. No smile.
Is he listening to music?
No, nothing.
Oh shit!
in
He's
the
a
zone.
He's like a
He's
psychopath.
in the zone.
he's a bear runner. He's
So
run-
what-
He's naked as well. Jake never mentioned.
I think he's running from something.
I want to know, what do I do to get? Do I do anything?
Just
Or do I
bump him. Just
Just
tap his shoulder.
run through? Run
Sorry, mate.
Yeah.
Didn't see you there. Yeah, well, I
Just
just
testing if you're real.
I just don't know what to do. It just put me off.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was originally going to ask, like, do you even have time on a run? Like, can you catch a breath where you can say, "G'day, mate, how you going?" Because that's what you usually say on like a walk.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you can go, "G'day, mate, naked."
Well, one of the
Gotta be
most
quick.
awkward things. One of the other neighbours who lives like a little bit further down was walking their dog. Like, I think they're a young couple.
Get on him.
Yeah.
And they were,
In these dire times.
yeah. Anyway, they were walking their dog.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a big commitment getting there.
Get a dog.
Getting a dog.
Yeah, they're waiting. They wanted a baby, but they're not ready.
Yeah, the baby tester, the mutt.
The canine.
well, their sexual orientations at this point mean I don't think they could have a natural.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah, so they're two ladies.
Work.
Ah.
So they've got a fur baby. They've got a dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm running past. That doesn't matter in the story. I'm running past them, and I'm at the end of my sprint. Like, I'm really quite close to home, and I'm in quite a bit of pain because I don't
Yeah,
run off.
because you're sprinting at this point.
Yeah. And I passed these two, and they've recognised me because, well, we've seen a little bit. We don't know each other. It's just like,
Yeah,
oh, how you going?
They can tell you're trying to have an affair with them.
Yeah.
Don't.
You don't know each other, but your
Here we go.
Your name is
your
known.
addresses are one digit off, so you have someone. You know.
I'm running past them, and they've looked at me, and I've gone, oh, I wouldn't mind. Like, I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty tired at this point. I wouldn't mind a similar interaction to that awkward one before, where we both just like smile or even ignore each other at this point. And they went, "Oh, hi, how you going?" And I'm just like a little bit out of breath and a little bit out of rhythm and a little bit
Fell
not.
over.
A little
So
bit-
much attention.
a little bit not ready for them to say anything. So they've just gone, "Oh, how you going?" And I've just gone, "Hello." Just like. So
Maybe that is what that first guy
So
did one time. So he's eternally scarred.
Well, that's
so the first thing I've ever said to these people, like,
Hi.
"Not really," and they're just going, "Hi." So I'm so
Well, that's
embarrassed. The worst part was I went for a third run the next day, and I was
hat trick.
and they're all walking their dog. Now there's a group of 4 of them,
yeah.
and they're all walking their dog. And I've come
What
out.
dog?
I've come. What?
4
One
on
dog.
1. It was a 4-on-1 situation.
They're walking a dog.
But there's 4
Four
of
of
them.
them.
Yeah,
Are they all girls?
yeah.
They all live together.
I don't think so.
They've got a bit of a thing going.
I don't know. That's,
You need
Yeah.
one more?
anyway, I'm running behind them.
This dog is a lot of work. We need to bring in more people. We weren't ready. This mutt is taking up all my time.
I'm running behind them this time, right? And I've just started my run. I've come out. I've started the run, and I'm making my way. I'm behind them though, and they're now 5 deep because there's a lot of them. So I immediately started running like on the road, and I could tell like they could hear me coming, and they've turned around. They've gone.
Jake going,
I'm like, oh, it's
I thought
so,
it was the dog pant.
it was so early in the
Jake-
run, but
Jake
the,
going, I'm coming to get you.
well, 24.
Jake's going. Meow. On your left.
Anyway,
A
I was
little
like,
bell or have it on your belt.
This is my chance. This is my actual chance to like,
Redeem yourself.
yeah.
In front of 4 as well.
Look at this
Exactly.
speed.
Tough.
Look at this speedy go.
He
We're
could've-
walking and he's overtaken.
He couldn't do it in front of 2, but now he's going to try to do it in front of 4.
And anyway, so there's 4 of them and the dog,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm not gonna try and go around, like go through them because that's just rude, and I can't.
Move!
I can't.
Runner coming through.
I can't really go around them either. Like around them is the road, right?
Yeah. Vehicles.
And
You
so-
tried to jump him.
And they've seen me coming, and they didn't move either. They were just like because there's the awkward one. They can't just like organize all 4 of them and the dog to move out of the way. Yeah.
Yeah, you need a bell. for
So
that.
I'm running behind them, and I'm doing it loudly so they know I'm coming. And so you just
Really
get like
stamping.
you just get a few like heads back, right? And then I've clocked that they've acknowledged firstly that I'm coming. Secondly, that it's me from yesterday. I'm the guy from yesterday, right? And I'm like, in my head, I'm just going, they're gonna see this. They've already been for a bit of a walk, and now they're just gonna talk about me for the rest of their walk and go, who's that fucking weird cunt? So I was like, this is my opportunity. I think there are two couples of female ladies, right? Just to paint the picture. And so, look, they're not interested in a male, and I'm like, that's not an issue.
And if they were, they wouldn't be interested in you, right?
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Like they're all.
They know what they want.
Let's just say I'm probably more flamboyant than like any of them have ever been.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
And so I just got to like match their energy. Okay. I'm running behind them and just make up for yesterday's big fuck off. And I'm running behind them, and they've clocked me, and I've gone, this is it, Jake, this is it. And I've gone, there's not enough room behind them. So I've seen them, and I've just gone, hey, like that sort of yeah.
Sure it was.
I'm going, hey, hey, sort of thing. So, yeah. But as I've done it, I've gotten so close to them, I've run out of room. So I've sort of tried to get off the path. But in doing so, I've done like a weird little skip thing. So now I'm just going like, I'm sure my voice isn't very low.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm behind them. They've clocked me. I'm running. I've just gone, hey, and then just done a weird skip like onto the road, and then just continued to like do my weird little interesting flamboyant running. And I could just imagine them going, man, that kid's got something going on. Hey. He's giving us a bit of one day, and then he just skips around the town.
You should get your phone like going and start recording as you run past these people.
Yeah,
That'd be fucking funny.
yeah, that wouldn't be creepy. No, it definitely wouldn't be creepy. So I
The
started.
weird runner guy's filming us.
So maybe the key was the bloke.
talk
Now
to
that
him.
I'm addressing the original guy that I'm talking about. Maybe he's learnt from his mistakes. As I'm saying this, maybe I've realised that the best thing to do is just to be so rude and not say a single word so that you're not vulnerable.
To protect your dignity, yeah.
Well, either way, you'll end up on someone's podcast.
Alrighty, boys. Now it's time for our favourite weekly segment. It's our only weekly segment. It's time for our Everyday Hero Joe. Joe's got one.
Yes, I do.
He's fucking back. He's been on fire.
I'm back, baby. This actually happened the same night as the dreaded, as Michael Gate.
See what happens when you leave your room for just like a couple of hours?
You get 2
to,
freaking seconds.
You get to experience the world. You get to meet a hero in the flesh. You get to meet a stranger and pretend he's your friend.
The world is my oyster. And it was on that fated Monday night.
Run us through it.
So I'm going to preface this. I know I get a lot of shit from my everyday heroes. Going to preface it. This is a quickie.
They're all pretty quick.
Yeah.
The heroes.
All right. So basically, we're at the movies. They're at Luna Leaderville.
Again, just
Cha-ching.
how many times?
Anyway, so we buy our tickets. Well, actually,
You didn't buy one because you just got it paid for then, didn't you?
yeah. No, I had booked online, and then we head over to the concession line.
Yep.
So we're lining up. We're gonna get some stuff. Oh, actually, this is a funny thing. So the Michael guy, he was
We'll be the judge of that.
that Michael, right?
No, it wasn't.
He was in the theater with us. He was watching the double feature. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he wasn't super happy when I sat next to him. But by the end of the movie, we were quite close. Not really, but he was in the theater. So basically,
How did you know that? It wouldn't have been dark, or did you go around? Yeah,
yeah, we were in line. He was like 2 people behind me in the line.
Did you not? Did you talk to him in the line? Did you rehash the?
No, I was gonna show him. I had looked up because I was showing.
Don't go back to the well. We're in a different.
This is the man I thought you were, Michael. You can't get past me, Mikey.
This whole episode is making us seem like we're the most.
We legit cut out a segment because it was too weird. And they'll never hear it.
Oh god, it's got a real theme to it.
Yeah, so I was showing Kira the photo of the guy who I thought he was. And he was like, oh yeah, like they do look the same. And then I was like, I might show him so he doesn't think I'm weird, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then she was like, maybe that won't resolve that issue.
yeah, good call.
Anyway, so basically we're standing in line.
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty excited to see these two classic films,
Yep.
and there was one guy there who was waiting for his. They had like a little coffee machine. They had quite good coffees at Luna Leadville. I had a green tea.
So you don't know if the coffees are good because you had a great tea.
No, I had a green tea. But the guy they were making. They were
Just
making.
been told to say that.
They were making. Yeah, I've got other points I need to hit. They were making. This guy was waiting for his coffee, and he was there. He was there by himself, which I always feel like is a cool thing to do. Go to the movies by yourself. You know, it takes a lot
Of
of.
course, you think it's cool.
No, but it takes. I'm gonna say it takes a lot of balls to go.
Yeah.
You know, to go to dinner by yourself or to go to the cinema by yourself. It's like, oh, I wanted to go to this, so I'm gonna fucking do it.
All right. Yeah, we like that. We like that.
So he was standing there waiting by himself. He was waiting, watching the guy make his coffee, and then the guy was I think he bought. So he's like, oh, here's your coffee, and here's your like chocolate bar thing that he bought, and then the customer. And like I said, it's gonna be a quickie. So this is the heroic moment coming up. He goes,
Brace yourselves.
so he goes. The guy goes, here's your coffee, and here's your chocolate bar, and then the guy goes,
Here we go. Wait. Here we go. This is it. This is it. Here we go. Whoa. Are you sitting down at home? Are you sitting down?
Stop the car.
So the guy says, here's your coffee. Here's your chocolate bar. And then the customer says, and my cookie. And then he goes,
Hero.
and then he goes, and he's holding
Hero.
he's holding it back. He goes, and my cookie. And he like, lifts his finger up and he goes, oh, which I already have.
Oh, he got him with a zing.
And
Michael.
anyway, so this happens. I like look at him when he says this because we're about to order. I was like,
Let's go, Jerry.
kind of an interesting thing for a man to say. And then I end up ordering, and then we're walking to the thing. And then Kira just goes, and my cookie. So we had a good laugh at it. It was a funny thing to say. But I think the thing about it,
Do you want me to explain what the hero is?
the thing about it that made my night was this was a guy.
Yeah, Jake usually does the rap of the hero. At the
Yeah,
end.
I don't
He's
know.
struggling now.
This was the guy who was just so excited. He seemed pretty sure of himself to do a funny voice to a complete stranger.
Was there a response from the guy making the coffee? There you go, mate. It's normal. That's
It's like-
normal behavior.
Yeah, just like this guy, he's out there, he's having a good night by himself, and he's, doing little gags to, I'm assuming, just to entertain himself.
Yeah, and the nation by the looks of things.
Yeah, so I really like this guy's positive attitude. I'm sure he had a killer night watching some of his favorite movies and enjoying his delicious cookie.
That's why this. And that's why episode number 94 is Everyday Hero is going to Joe's Cookie Man. All right, boys, that just about brings us to the end of another episode of the MacPack podcast.
What a time to be alive.
We've got a big week ahead of us. Junior boy, you're off to Melbourne come Wednesday. So before this episode even goes to air, you're out of here.
Yes, going to a few footy games and going to try out the clubs mainly.
Melbourne clubs. So if you are in Melbourne, if you listen to the MacPack podcast, if you've ever seen us on TikTok, Riley will be in Melbourne.
Hit our DMs. Tell us what clubs should me and the boys be trying out because I'll be rave reviewing some Melbourne clubs
Yeah, that's
when I return back home.
that's a vibe.
be
Very
great.
exciting. Well, me and you will be in a position where we've got absolutely no contextual relevance to what's going on. We'll just be like a listener
Yes,
when he returns next
we
week.
will. We'll be.
We're going to a club of our own, I think.
Oh, gentlemen.
By the looks of things. Potentially on Friday night. We're just waiting for a couple of the deets.
Yeah, so if you're a Friday fiend,
You're
you
in
could
luck.
catch Jake and I
Holy shit.
doing a cash gig.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. We're making cash.
We will likely be at this point in time. We'll confirm on Friday if it is the case. We're gonna potentially be.
Yeah,
out.
we'll put up a story of me and Jake, a thumbs up, just saying it's a go.
It's going down.
And where will we be, Jake?
We will likely be out on the curb of Magna House.
Oh.
Yes, getting stomped. We've got to fight.
What a time to be alive. Magna House on a Friday night.
Yeah,
Nothing better.
We'll be there doing what's called a vox pop.
we will. We'll be asking the people of Perth many a question by the sounds of things. I cannot stress the.
And who asked you to do this, gentlemen? Magnet House.
Magnet
themselves.
House.
Yeah,
themselves.
yeah. It's a,
Well, they asked.
not
They
quite.
asked all of us to do it, but unfortunately, I won't be here.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
we're not telling them. We're not telling the young, sexy ones that are going to be there.
We'll see. Don't let that deter you. Come, please. No,
Yeah.
it should be good fun.
Yeah, Jake and I will be out there asking the people questions, doing some gags, and you know what? If hell freezes over, we might even be in there later. It's a joke. It's a joke. I love it. I love Magnet.
What do you call it, Maggot? Like on a Maggot House. It's kind of the demographic down there.
News has just come through. We won't be there on Friday. We're not allowed anywhere within the premise. Yeah, but if you want to come down and say g'day, I think they're shooting a promotional video.
Promo video,
The
yeah.
details couldn't be grayer at this point in time.
Yeah, they basically asked us to go down there, and that's all we've got.
Yeah, so anyway, we're likely to be there if the price is right. So we might be there. If you're listening, yeah, come down. We'll have a yarn, and they might be shooting a promotional video potentially, and I think that's why we're going down there.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
Okay, I hope so. I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, but if you're a Friday fan, come on down. It'll look cool if they're like, oh, we're fans. They're like, damn, these guys are a big deal.
Yeah. And if you call it Maggot House,
Yeah, they might pay you.
2 points to you.
Oh
Yeah, until we perch up. Are we happy to wrap?
yeah, I'm cool.
If you got a rating or review, ping it in like you normally do. We sell clothes as well.
Yeah.
Boys, it's been absolutely
Well, we're trying to. Yeah.
We should set up a stall outside Maggot House.
Oh
yeah,
Bring a bag of hoodies just for the cold chicks on the way out. So you want a shirt?
Yeah, $60 and postage.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, but we're almost out. They are good hoodies. I
They
remember
actually
mine
are.
so much.
We've sent out a fair few in the last couple of weeks, and people keep messages saying they're
From
actually
over
really
East.
nice.
It's
Yeah,
so
over East
comfy.
people.
I wear it almost all the time when I'm at home. I don't wear it out because I
Don't want to get that.
I would hate the one time I got recognized I was wearing this shirt.
I'm repping it in fucking Melbourne, bro. I'm wearing it to the clubs.
Hell yeah.
Alright.
It's a
my boys.
walking billboard. Tax write-off.
I might get a MacPack decal on my new car, boys.
Oh.
That's
Oh, yeah.
how committed to the cause.
You actually can claim it on tax.
Here we go.
We'll discuss that off air.
What if I got the
On the barrel.
yeah on the back?
Barrel, yeah.
That's a tax write-off.
You'll only be able to claim the MAC.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. The MacPack. Boys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Until we do so this time. Yeah, next week. Stay safe. Stay blessed, and always remember to.
Go give your mama.
It's ciao for now, but not forever.